All right, so Ashley, you are one of the top 100 agents in the Triangle, but let's be real. I know you didn't start that way because I've known you for 9 years now. So take us back to how it all started really quickly.
All right, so yeah, I started out as an admin. We were negotiating about 120 deals a year, and you fired me and said you're gonna go be an agent because you're doing everything anyway, and I know you wanna be out with people and that's where you thrive. So I was doing that for about 4.5 years, and then here we are.
Yeah, but it didn't start that way. So when you started, when you first got into the business, it was COVID, and that year you went crazy and you sold, what, 40 homes?
25.
Oh, 25.
But it started really in April that year. Yep, I made my mind up that I was going to be an agent. February 2020, COVID hit. Figure it out, learn scripts, do all the things, and sold 25 that year. And next year it was 40.
And then next year it was 40. And so what would you say, looking back to, you know, when you were starting, like if you could go back and rewind, like what would you do different if you were like, could shake yourself in the face and be like, do this thing?
I would probably really focus on scripts. I think that is something that just empowers you to know what you're talking about. Like I was so good at the admin position, and I focused on, you know, construction and asking the questions about inspections and doing all of the research to know more than the buyer or the seller on the other end. So I think knowing the scripts and knowing what to say, and then taking my personality into it and how I care for clients and working that in with the script would have been way more helpful instead of being scared of scripts.
Yeah, because you're script averse.
I still don't love it.
I know.
I got the listing one down, I think.
I think. But think about what do you think scripts do for like an agent, like coming into our team? Like what do you think, like if you did know your scripts better, what would it have?
It makes you more confident.
It have done?
It makes you more confident. That's what it does. So it really helps. I mean, you know, you think you know everything. Oh, it doesn't feel like me. I can't do the script because it doesn't, it's not my words. Well, it's just learning it and then changing it to what how you talk normally.
Yeah. Well, I love scripts because to me it's a process. It's like, oh, I say this over and over. I get better at it. It's like a presentation. Yeah. So, all right. So what about your environment? So you're in this crazy environment, which a lot of you started on this team, but we've had agents that have come to us from other teams. We have agents that were solo agents, team leaders, whatever. And like, what do you think the environment did for you? And what was the most uncomfortable growth part that we've ever pushed you on?
Well, probably the most uncomfortable was during COVID, where, you know, the world shut down and you're like, you've got to learn scripts. So I had to go learn the script. I had to learn the listing presentation and present it in front of people and get hives like I always do. And that was really hard. And I think being around people that are top producing and you always thinking bigger, it gives you something to strive for. It shows you that there's more. Like you can do more, you can be more, get around the right people. I went to a conference, and I think that's what really changed my trajectory. I think it was about 3-4 years ago. And we had just moved over to this company, and people were at this conference just learning scripting, and John Cheplack was there, who is scary. And Dan Beer said, you can be a leader at this company if you want to. And that really struck a chord with me, because I was like, you know what? Other producers in our market are not better than me. I'm just not where they are yet. So I just took that and ran it. I'm like, I'm my own person. You can do this multiple ways. And I can be a leader, not only in bringing people to this company and having them work closely with me, but I can be a leader on our team. I can take control of my life. So it's going to conferences and hearing those nuggets that can change your world, I think.
Yeah, I like what you said about like being a leader, but then you were comparing, but those people were ahead of you. So you look at them as a muse to say, well, I could do that too. It's just going to take time, consistency, and because you've been with us now 9 years, selling for 5?
Yep.
Is it 5? Yeah.
Yep, almost 5 this year.
So I also think, and you didn't bring it up, but what about speaking in front of people? Why don't we talk about that? Because to be a leader, you said one of our core values was leaders building leaders. And so talk about talking
I'll
in front of
remember,
camera.
actually, it's funny because like the first time when I first moved here, you would record the sign writers and you would do, you know, hi, welcome to 123 Main Street. And you'd be in this acting voice and you're like, you just have to bring enthusiasm instead of being like, hi, welcome to 123 Main Street. So I'll never forget that. And that was 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And so it's just getting out there. It's being enthusiastic. It's just getting on camera. I think people hate it. And now I'm like, whatever, I'm going to put my face on camera. I feel like I have something to say, and those that like me will like me, and those that don't, that's fine. And the book we're listening to right now, Let Them, has been impactful.
Yeah, because I think we don't do those things because we're the ones that are looking at like, oh, what are people going to think? I mean, we just shot a toilet seat video, and I know that there's going to be people out there like, oh, Tina Caul, that's so, why are you talking about toilets? It's like, who cares? You know, we're just having fun and we're silly, which is one of our core values, having fun. So I think what I love seeing in you though is, you know, you're on a team. You built a team. You have 130 agents in our organization, so I look at you like a community builder. So talk a little bit about that as we wrap up. Like, what has that allowed you to do, being on a team, making hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I won't say exactly how much, but I know it's probably more than you ever thought of. And there's still more to be made once we get you more focused.
Dialed in.
Not
a free-for-all. I would say that, you know, I do that speech. It's not what you're giving up, it's what you're gaining. And it's a lot about the team environment and the leverage. And, you know, you have all the benefits. You have signs, you have photos. People are so focused on the split and they're not focused on what they're gaining. And so the ability to have the phone ring and we could pick up a lead that is buying a $2 to $5 million property, create that relationship and have them as a forever client. Like, I don't think people realize the leverage that you have, not only you building the business for 15 years, but the ability of all the lead flow coming in. And I just think of that as opportunities, like, who was I supposed to meet? Who was supposed to come into my life? Was that one call for me that I could help that buyer or seller that I might have something in common with? And we roll down the line. But I think people just get so afraid to lose their identity, to have the ego stripped and go, I'm joining a team. It's not giving anything up. It's plugging into a different platform where there's literally no risk because you're taking it all on. And so I could just, you know, shout from the mountains. It's funny, I'll be with other agents that own their own teams and maybe they're bringing an agent onto the company and they're like, you just made me want to join the team. And I was like, well, I love it. So, I mean, when you love something and you know the value, you're going to tell everyone. And if they don't do it, then that's on them. But, you know, there's lots of opportunity.
Yeah, I coach team leaders all the time. And so when I look at their books and their P&L statements, I chuckle inside and I just kind of shake my head because, you know, our top 4 or 5 agents make more than team leaders. Like, and I know that. They know that because they're like, I'm trying to build this thing. And you just keep trying to build this thing. And it's like, unless you love operations and interpersonal skills and, you know, management and all those things that agents hate, why would you open a brokerage? Because really building a team is opening a brokerage. And then why would you stay solo with a badge on your back going, well, I'm doing 15 jobs. You're your own ceiling. And so I love that you guys have that mentality. It's like, I've had an agent say, well, how do you brainwash them to stay? And I'm like, we don't. We just talk about the real numbers and the math, and the maths. And so I love that you guys have that mentality because I went from 70%, keeping 70% to 15. But 15 at scale is better than 70 here, you know, at my max capacity of 100 plus units. So, well,
yeah, and you did a video where you said, you know, there was an agent that you spoke to that has 2 listings and they want to keep 100% commission, which just made me laugh because I go, why would you not want the opportunity to sell 20, 30, 40 homes and have 10 times what you're going to make on that? Like, I could not believe what I was able to make last year and do this renovation on my house and support my family and do all those things. And it's like, it's just
and still vacation and do all the fun things.
There's so much abundance,
Yeah.
but I work really hard. I mean, I'm gone sometimes at night. Thankfully, my husband takes care of our son most of the time, and I can just leave and go show houses. But you know, one of the things I heard last year was creating magic. Sometimes doing more than anyone would expect is creating magic, and that's what I want to do this year. So not only do I work hard, I want to create those, you know, moments for our clients, and I think things just show up. And when you're open to opportunity, no matter where it comes from, whether it's a referral at a doctor's office, it's the person next door to you, you're walking in the grocery store, be open to opportunity, not only with people that are coming into your life, but opportunities at this company.
Yeah. So. Well, I think it's going to be fun watching you this year because I know you have a goal to partner with a lot of agents. So, because she's one of the mentors on our team and leaders. I mean, you've been there, you know, 9 years now. And so to watch, you know, agents come to you, I love doing that because they get you and me. So you get us together. But then Ashley's like right in the weeds, kind of helping you, lifting you up. So if you guys are struggling, you don't have to struggle alone. I'm here to help. She's here to help. Reach out to us. We have the plan. We have the blueprint. You're seeing the result of it right there. And, you know, join Ashley's team. Join the team within the team within the team. I mean, there's so many options. So, yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.